It's going to be very hard for Greninja to get those consistent kills on Rob. Let's get into game one. Let's see how these players duke it out, because iStudying, known as that hit and run for his hit and run playstyle, Antireflex on the other hand, eternally patient. He will wait you out if he has to. And look at that, already shielding in the corner, just waiting for his opportunity. And iStudying using that mid-range playstyle, that movement-heavy playstyle to weave around Rob. As soon as he gets into those melee scrambles though, that is where Antireflex is going to win out, utilizing that down tilt especially.
Yeah, because Antireflex is actually pretty much has a very strong game plan that he wants to follow in this game.
Yep.
But iStudying always finds his way inside it, I feel like.
Yeah, iStudying is a lot more flexible, I would say. Antireflex definitely a set play type of player. And that has its benefits and its deficits. Obviously, in this scenario, it's going to all come down to, will iStudying figure out the flowchart, the set play, and will he find the answer? That trade is not favorable. Antireflex capitalizing beautifully. Oh. And did you see the angles on that up B?
Yeah, that was great, going over the Rob, avoiding that Robo-Rotator, and just barely missing out on that up smash. But the kill is nigh, and we are about to see iStudying maybe taking a lead.
Yeah, iStudying in control, but here's Antireflex with the answer. Smashful coming in clutch for that horizontal kill. And an early lead to Antireflex, the dark horse here.
Yeah, Antireflex already, after a great win on Meru, about to maybe make number 2 here, iStudying. But, you know, it's difficult though, because iStudying is, of course, that very clutch player, can always come back from a deficit, and this is a very small one, you know. This game is only just begun.
And there it is, the jump over the projectile to finish off that stock. We're back to an even game. Antireflex chasing a little bit too far. That invincibility won't last, and here we see iStudying once again jumping over Antireflex's horizontal game plan.
Yeah, that movement from iStudying, which you noted earlier, has just really been working out for him. And here, some cute gyro tricks, even getting the backer, but no tech from Antireflex. Can he make it back? Yeah, he can.
The re-grab gets punished, but it's not a KO yet. Antireflex in control. The gyro is going to reset the situation. No down air landing there, though. And the corner pressure is on. iStudying utilizing that high jump that Greninja has. Extremely strong defensively, but Antireflex has answer after answer after answer.
Antireflex, beautiful backer once again. Will he get the hat trick though? Because, you know, you still need to get one more.
Exactly. iStudying once again has to find his footing. This time, a little bit of more of an iffy situation. Only 100% on Antireflex. The dash attack nearly whiffing. Antireflex trying to find a follow-up. A little bit off on the reaction. I mean, who uses that counter, right?
Who does? Tries to go for it all there, but misses it just barely. iStudying always manages to find his way back to the stage. But this is scary.
Yeah, definitely very scary. Down to the 4 there is going to connect, not going to KO. As we mentioned at the start of the match, Rob's weight is such a huge factor in this matchup.
Yeah, but the difference here seems to be that iStudying is just not killing early enough. Antireflex getting the kills around 90%, 100%. Here it finally is.
Shuriken, yeah.
Yeah, the Shuriken coming out in handy here.
Excellent ledge trap right there. iStudying immediate answer here. Let's see if he can get those low percentage combos to even up the percentage at least. Decent juggles. The answer with the down tilt into some follow-ups. The drag down, the jab block, but no follow-up. Went for the down tilt. I think that is a Rob-specific hurtbox shift right there that messed up iStudying.
Yeah, that's just too bad, because iStudying almost felt like he was going to grab hold of the game right there and then, but...
Okay, another attempt right here. And the up tilt not going to combo at this percent. iStudying really playing...
He went for it all there.
He's really playing with fire here.
Yeah, he is. Antireflex, maybe. Even getting the laser, but no, just barely living. And
he gets the interception on the side B. Excellent right there. Antireflex, he was ready.
Yeah, and he got the game won, so that's a great start of the set, because as you mentioned, Antireflex very much a set player, you know. He wants to get in there early, get that game plan going, and once he gets into your head, then, well, that's where the fun starts for him.
Exactly, and as soon as you realize that you don't have all the answers at the right moments, that's when the doubt starts creeping in, and that's when the keep away starts taking over. We're getting going to go right into game 2. iStudying has to grab the momentum back. He had a few opportunities to really turn that game around, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that iStudying will be able to get some semblance of the game back. You know, he has those clutch victories in the back of his head. Has done so many great things at other tournaments. and it's just a matter of time before he starts showing his real power as a player.
True colors.
Yeah.
Already some early combos. iStudying answering back. Look at that. Not going to up B early because he knew the back air was coming eventually. Anti-reflex. Those down tilts are really dominating the close quarter combat in this matchup.
Yeah, and something I noticed is that iStudying will keep going over and over for those edge guards with the back airs and going very deep at that. Do you think that's a mistake, or do you think that's something you need to do in this matchup?
You need to show, and look at that. The platform tech chase, the up smash this time is going to strike true. Just like that, iStudying showing what he's made of, adapting already.
Yeah, and that's an early kill. In first game, we hardly saw any early kill, but here it is on 100%. Getting that early kill on the Rob is so important because it goes to show that, well, sometimes you need to, oh, I kind of lost my track of words there.
You need to grab that momentum early on so that you're not in the deficit position, especially because of Rob's early combos. Talking about combos, the side B in itself, that's as true as can be.
Yeah, and that's a very strong combo, a very strong tool for Rob in this game. But iStudying has some tools of his own. Will be getting that ledge trap going with the water shuriken, but doesn't really get anything out of it.
Nice anti-air with the laser right there, 17%, just like that, is going to recharge as soon as possible. Anti-reflex, if he whiffs those down tilts, it's not a big deal, but iStudying does grab a lot of momentum off of it. I'm really trying to see if anti-reflex can really reduce the amount of whiffs he has, because every whiff is an opportunity for iStudying.
Yeah, and you really see iStudying playing around with this movement around those down tilts like you mentioned. So here's where that movement from Greninja, those high jumps come in handy, and we might be seeing a kill here very soon.
Ooh, another counter, very uncharacteristic, but the up air, definitely not. That's a great setup right there. Anti-reflex finding his way back into the game after an early deficit.
Yeah, and
the anti-air on the laser as well.
The grabs really have been working out for Antireflex. It's all just it's coming together for him. First win on Meru, and now showing why he deserves to be in this top 8 with his great grab combos. But iStudying answering back with a down tilt to forward air combo of his own.
Look at that excellent gameplay right here. Antireflex coming in clutch. Great early percentage combos and great ways to finish out the stock so far. Is it going to be a roll into a forward smash? Rough move right there.
Oh, this is a scary sight for iStudying. He's down 100%.
Oh, he was trying to go for the parry up smash right there, but the multi-hit barely being enough for iStudying right there. Anti-reflex has a lot of room to throw out those kill options though. The down tilt still confirming at these percents.
Is that going to be it? That is going to be it. No, it's
not quite. Anti-reflex.
He's looking though, he's looking for the kill because he wants to end it right here, and he does get it.
The drag off, such a lasting hitbox, and that's one of the things Greninja has issues with. Those lasting hitboxes. He doesn't really have many himself.
Yeah.
He has his back air, which is a great tool that iStudying uses a lot, but it's not going to beat out that side B. It's going to be rough for him to really play a lot around those lasting hitboxes. When Rob throws with that forward air, when Rob throws with the up air, those are amazing walling moves versus a character like Greninja.
Yeah, and also, don't remember that spot dodging against lasting moves is also very hard, but here we go into game number 3. Can iStudying make some sort of a comeback, but it's going to have to be a very big comeback at that.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we know iStudying as the comeback king, but Antireflex is looking mighty solid here.
Yeah, he just didn't come around to play, you know.
Did you see that? That was the exact scenario last time. Antireflex going for the down tilts and then anti-airing with the laser. This time iStudying going for the down air to really mix up his approach. Great signs here from iStudying, really showing that he's understanding the traps that Antireflex is setting up and he's answering. He's learning as we speak.
Yeah, and that's the mark of a great player right there. Don't forget that iStudying has years of experience, and they go to show here the down tilt to up smash. He's only on 30% yet.
And this is such a different look compared to last few games. Down tilt once again great in close range, not going to get much out of it but a reset though. That reset arguably favorable for Antireflex as his long range game is just so dominant here. I have hardly seen any shurikens come out for iStudying.
Yeah, but iStudying at the same time doesn't leave very much room for Antireflex to work with. He's always in his face, and that means that it's mostly a close quarters game for me as I look at it, but maybe you feel differently.
No, I would definitely agree. Look at that. iStudying adaptation. He's all over Antireflex, and it's up to Antireflex to figure it out this time, because iStudying has put in the work.
Yeah, and this is a very different game number 3 from the previous two, and this is great to see as a spectator. We are getting some fantastic smash here.
Oh, the setup, but it's not quite enough. The gyro knocking iStudying the wrong way, but it's still not over. Antireflex got the control in his hands. The side B barely whiffing, and look at the punish. iStudying has put in the work.
Yeah, and that's a rare miss from Antireflex. You know, he has been whiffing some down tilts, but whiffing the rotator like that?
Yep, and another whiff on the neutral air. As I mentioned before, he really has to watch those, because that's the name of the game. Those are the opportunities that iStudying is using to set up his pressure.
Uh-oh, but this is, barely not gonna kill here. And then it's up to iStudying to, you know, make something happen.
Oh, the Nair, great hitbox right there, is gonna make the kill happen.
It's very active, like you said earlier, and that's hard for Greninja to deal with. But, you know, trying to go for the hard call out there, but just barely missing out on that.
Look at that, iStudying still playing it slow. Antireflex, on the other hand, really trying to step it up, really trying to turn up the heat.
Yeah, but this is such a hard deficit to come back from.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and this is, almost getting the drag down there, but just barely. Antireflex making it back to the middle of the stage.
See the empty jump for the pressure. Excellent gameplay.
Right. Yeah, I was holding my heart there because it's actually very close, all things considered. Cute down tilts there.
Antireflex really staying alive here.
Yeah, he is. No, if he would make a comeback here, that would be quite crazy. At the same time, iStudying just needs to hit one down tilt or something.
Up throw, not gonna KO yet, so the back throw to rack damage.
Using the shurikens to set up a ledge trap here, but doesn't get it, but the forward air will take.
Antireflex a little bit iffy on the timing right there. Tried to do something out of shield, but rather than short hopping, we saw iStudying using that full hop to really mix up his timings and really make it ambiguous when he was gonna strike.
Yeah, but that last stock reminded me of like game 1, where we saw
for sure
iStudying having a lot of trouble finishing the stock.
A lot of trouble getting anything going, really.
And that was very strange because the first two stocks were so dominant. I thought that game would be over in a second. But then Antireflex shows up and shows why he can slow the game down, how he does it. Because that's kind of the name of the game, slowing the game down for him. That's how I feel.
Exactly, that is what is happening. We saw Antireflex dominant in the first 2 games. iStudying with the adaptation, but in that third game, maybe that was Antireflex's adaptation right there.
Yeah, could very well be it, but now Smashville, he gets to try again to close his head out.
And get those early side B kills, utilizing that closed side blast zone. Look at Antireflex already playing a lot differently. A lot less of the down tilt, a lot more of the down air. And away iStudying goes into the blast zone, and that's a rough look right there. Adaptation be damned when you're hitting the blast zone at 60.
What I really like from Antireflex is that he's landing way more with Nair. Look at that.
Exactly, he's utilizing those close quarter combat moves to keep Greninja out rather than relying on his projectiles. And that is the adaptation that I think Antireflex showed at the end of last game, and that is really coming in clutch for him right now. Yeah,
now it's up to iStudying to figure out how to handle these Nairs, and manage to get into that space off Rob, but that's definitely an answer.
That's an answer and a half right there. He's been studying and he's making the test right now.
Yeah, he has very well been. And is this going to be an early kill? No, not going for the Shadow Sneak there. I think that's a very wise decision.
Look at that. Antireflex getting opened up by that dash attack again. One of the best dash attacks in the game, that Greninja dash attack. Very, very little lag. The down air not going to connect. Antireflex still in control.
Yeah, but iStudying has been dominating these corner situations so much that I think he still has a very good chance to take this game despite this deficit.
He is the clutch king, but is he clutch enough to make this deficit happen? Right now, Antireflex looking extremely solid. Look at the Nairs. Once again, as you mentioned, utilizing those close quarter combats to really keep Greninja out the juggle. That is not going to be a big deal. The weight on Rob is going to pull in clutch, going to make sure Antireflex won't die for another 20-30% at least.
Yeah. And as you say that, we almost see him fall into that forward air, but the air dodge is going to bring him back to stage. And this is where Antireflex shines. The Nair to the up air, getting some quick percentage. going, and ooh, this is already looking very scary for iStudying.
Utilizing that side B to really cover the ledge for a long time. iStudying was very, very cool, calm, collected right there. Knew what he had to do, but the rising up air into the DI mix-up because the left-right depends on the way Rob decides to drift. Just like that, a 3-1 victory for Antireflex. There were some signs of life on iStudying's part, but not